Thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust thou shalt eat all the days of thy life. For centuries, man has cursed, feared, and idolized the snake. Today, the venomous snake has a special significance to mankind. Medical research has discovered that the very poison so harmful to man can also be used to preserve and restore health. Medicine from the snake's crystal venom. Snakes have been on Earth for about 125 million years. Among some 3,000 species, venomous snakes were the last to evolve. In the lore and mythology of man, the best known poisonous snake is the cobra. Members of the cobra family are found in most warm regions of the world. Not all are aggressive. This garden cobra is a shy, retiring creature and prefers to beat a hasty retreat when disturbed. The pope tree viper, or bamboo viper, became particularly well known during the military activities in Southeast Asia, where they were sometimes left nailed to the low ceilings of tunnels to strike angrily at passing victims. But they're not as dangerous as their reputation. Their perfect green camouflage is well suited to their normal life in trees. The African puff adder is a most dangerous snake, feared by all who work in the fields. Heavy and lethargic, it waits in the grassy shadows for passing rodents. All snakes are deaf to airborne sounds, but nevertheless, the rattlesnake has evolved a highly effective means of warning away enemies which can hear. The characteristic rattle is made by hollow scales at the end of its tail. The Kainbrake rattlesnake is one of the largest of this unique family, exclusive to the New World. Sharing the same habitat is the Pygmy rattlesnake. It's rarely longer than 18 inches, but nevertheless makes up for his size by being very aggressive. The Malayan Pit Viper is common throughout Southeast Asia. Its bite is seldom lethal, but its venom has a unique quality which is used in a drug to prevent blood clotting. The cottonmouth comes from the canals and bayous of the southeastern United States. Cottonmouths demonstrate their annoyance by opening their mouths wide, showing the cotton-white interior which gives them their name. It's also called the water moccasin. It's an aggressive snake and feeds on frogs, fish and turtles, and is the only venomous water snake in the United States. The brightly banded Krait is reasonably docile and lives in fear of being attacked by wild boars and predatory birds. When threatened, it often hides its head under its own protective coils, while exposing its blunt tail as a false head or a decoy. In this case, the Krait needn't worry. His opponent is fully occupied. Even though the beautiful coloured krait is reluctant to bite, it's considered a most dangerous snake because its venom is extremely poisonous. Together with the cobra and tropical rattlesnake, the toxin in the krait's venom is highly prized for medical research. The King Cobra is the largest venomous snake in the world. Some of them are 18 feet long. It's also the only cobra to build its own nest for eggs by using its powerful body to scoop leaves and earth into a mound. The parents stay together, guarding the nest until the eggs are hatched. The king is aptly named. He is considered the most dangerous of snakes and will attack without provocation. His venom is lethal, and he's the only animal capable of killing an elephant. His presence demands the full respect befitting a king. Institutions for medical research into snake venom are being supplied with the substance from many corners of the world. These vast savannas of the Republic of Guyana in the north of South America are the habitat of the tropical rattlesnake. In this part of Guyana is one of the leading collectors of venom, herpetologist Jack Kilman.
Venomous animals have fascinated me for many years, particularly snakes with their unique adaptations. The venoms of snakes provide medical research with great challenges today.
With Jack is Guyana's own authority on snakes, Lawrence Van Sertima.
When I'm working with snakes, I never think of working with dangerous creatures. I simply think of them as useful animals that have a definite place in the ecology and in the future of mankind.
You know, Lawrence, having just returned from Bangkok and Hong Kong for the cobra and krait venoms, this Guyana leg of the project for the rattlesnake venom sort of forms a scientific triangle.
Their present mission is to find enough rattlesnakes for Lawrence to establish his own snake farm and become a reliable source of venom for research. They're both experts at handling snakes, and when they catch one, it appears to be child's play. There are no sophisticated techniques for capturing snakes. You have to bag them yourself. One miscalculation may be the single fatal mistake of your life. The anthills on the savannah are ideal hideaways to shade snakes from the hot midday sun. As Lawrence probes below this one, a rattlesnake lets him know he's at home. This rugged region of Guyana's interior is called the Rupununi and is truly a naturalist's paradise. It's also the home of the indigenous Amerindians, and because of their intimate knowledge of the region, they're a great help in locating rattlesnakes.
We'd like you to get in touch with the chiefs of your neighboring villages, and we're interested in collecting rattlesnakes. And we're willing to pay for these rattlesnakes because we need them for very important purposes. And Lawrence will tell you how he'll keep in touch with you to collect these rattlesnakes.
I have been coming up to some of the other villages. Some of the places like Karasabai, and Moco Moco, and so the two shells, they all know me, and the men go out, they catch the snakes. If you want, I will show you how to catch it.
Conversation comes to an abrupt halt as nearby, at a creek, one of the village women has discovered a large snake close to where she's been doing her washing. It's an anaconda, not a poisonous snake, but very large and strong, sometimes 29 feet long. Called the camudi in Guyana, it lurks near the water's edge, ready to capture animals and birds that come down to drink. The snake suffocates its victim to death by coiling its body around it and then swallowing it whole. It can eat a pig in this way. The anaconda is seldom a danger to man. It will always try to swim away when disturbed. Unlike the harmless anaconda, there are some highly venomous snakes who are frequently attracted to human settlements. In particular, there's the deadly Fer-de-lance, thought of as the most dangerous snake in South America. Its predilection for rats make areas where people dump their refuse a favorite home. Fer-de-lance venom is powerful and fast-acting. This one will be a useful addition to Lawrence's collection. Now, Jack and Lawrence travel further inland towards the Kanaku Mountains. They've been told of rattlesnakes near the Moco Moco Falls.
Well, Moco Moco Creek's supposed to be famous for rattlesnakes. How do you think we're going to do?
Well, I've asked some of the chaps to stand by to get us a few. The two show there, the village chief, is all prepared to get
a fine snake.
Yes.
Pablo, turn around, turn around.
Yeah, I think we'll bag that one.
The vine snake is aptly named. Lean and slender, it easily blends into its green environment. Lizards are its natural prey.
You know, Lawrence, this rainforest in Guyana is absolutely beautiful. I think it's one of the last tracts of virgin forest left.
One of the interesting things here is the sudden dividing line between the savannah and the rainforest. And I have noticed and heard from my native catchers that even the snakes change almost on the line. This is also the home of the CU Tucan. You might notice that one on the tree with the big orange beak.
A very beautiful bird. Look at those blue eyes.
Lawrence is pleasantly surprised to find a Bushmaster. Larger than its colleague, the Fer-de-lance, the Bushmaster can be 12 feet long. It's not a common snake, so this is a lucky find. But it has a dangerous reputation among the Indians, who always prefer to kill than risk capturing it. Moco Moco Falls is like a little piece of paradise hewn out of solid rock. Jack has searched for snakes in all parts of the world, but Moco Moco has a special place in his love for virgin territories.
Coming through that humid rainforest, here we are in this Garden of Eden. I'd love to spend a week back here.
It also proves to be the habitat of the tropical rattlesnake. And here, Jack actually thinks he may have found an unrecorded species.
sitting here, drinking water. Pretty as you please. Beautifully marked.
Yeah, it's far lighter coloration than any I've seen before.
Looks like the Mount Roraima rattlesnake.
The men have set up a small snake outpost at the Manari Ranch in the Rupununi. The snakes will stay here until shipped to Lawrence's laboratory for milking.
There are approximately 75 species and subspecies of known rattlesnakes in the New World. In Guyana, we've identified one. But on this trip, I think we found 2 new types, previously unknown to science. These harsh lands of the Rupununi Savannah are a normal habitat for the tropical rattlesnake. If this specimen proves to be a new type, maybe we'll name it Crotellus rupununis, the Rupununi rattlesnake.
Milking requires strong hands, a lot of patience, and steady nerves.
The tropical rattlesnake has a particular type of venom. It is urgently needed for medical research, and for every milking, there is the potential of saving lives. It is unique and has a demand that is growing as researches go on. In the not too distant future, I hope to have as many as 5,000 specimens on hand for milking.
The venom of the Fer-de-lance is very toxic. It is called a hemotoxin, which means it affects the blood and tissues. The bright yellow color is due to a certain enzyme not present in all venoms. As I press the venom gland under the jaw muscles, the venom is forced through the long, needle-like fangs and emerges from small openings near the tips.
To save the venom for our milking, what we do is feed the snake on a high-protein liquid diet. This prevents the snake from wasting its venom and killing prey to eat. Here, this ought to be enough for this snake.
The freshly milked venom is put into a centrifuge to separate the waste matter. The venom from the rattlesnake will be used for important research into cancer and several neuromuscular disorders. Modern medicine is on the verge of tremendous scientific breakthroughs, which may make the venomous snake the most wanted animal alive. Dry ice is used to freeze the venom before it's dehydrated to a crystal powder. The crystal venom is then ready for shipment to more sophisticated laboratories, where it will be used in medical research, ultimately to restore health and preserve human life. The snake. Through the ages, the snake has stirred our deepest fears. It is a symbol of worship, of majesty, and of mistrust. Yet, despite its fearful image, man has met the challenge of the snake, conquered it, turned it, paradoxically, to his own advantage. As long as men like Jack Kilman continue to meet this challenge, the snake will open new doors on medical and scientific research to the lasting benefit of mankind.